What's going on, Mr. RapNerd? And if you know, you know. But if you don't, I'm here to enlighten you. The unrated version of M3GAN just dropped on Peacock TV today. And I've been looking forward to this since they spoke about it during the original theatrical release of M3GAN. If you didn't see my original review, I really enjoyed M3GAN. I thought it was a dope slasher, and it carved its way into being a possible modern day horror icon. And they already greenlit the sequel, but the one thing I did see is that there is a bloodier, gorier version of the one in theaters. They toned it down to make it PG-13, and rightfully so, because the box office definitely was kind to the film. So I do see why they did that, and I also think that it works as a PG-13 movie. Like, I didn't feel that slighted at all. The only thing I thought was maybe something was a little bit missing and needed an extra little bit of oomph. But again, PG-13 version is great. If you like that one, it's not like you're missing a whole bunch with the unrated version. But I will say, I like the unrated version more, just because, like I just mentioned, this version adds that little bit of oomph that I feel like the movie was missing. It makes it hit harder. For those who haven't seen the film, I'm going to get into a little bit of spoiler, not really a lot. I'm not going to get into plot points, but I am going to talk about where the differences in the unrated version come from. It's the same kills in the unrated version. There's not like extra bodies or extra people getting killed. I think the writer was saying originally it was supposed to be more bodies getting killed in the writing process, but they changed it when they started filming. But what the unrated version does is it makes these kills all gory. All of them have way more blood than the original. Hell, I think the original one, they cut the scene's a little bit shorter, or some maybe they shot two different versions of these scenes, like some with blood, some without, because all of the kills are the same, but it's just there's literally blood there. And I don't think that they went back and added anything digitally. Like, it looks like all of the blood and gore was very practical. So I'm guessing they shot two versions during filming just for this exact reason. But just adding the amount of blood to these kills definitely makes it hit harder. And I think that helps me be okay with the low body count, because I went into this film expecting it to be a high level of kills here. I ain't gonna lie, you know. It's a doll who can flip, jump, and do all this type of stuff. I thought it was gonna be bodies on top of bodies. Like, the third act I thought was gonna be her mowing through everybody in the building, but it didn't quite go that way. But it left me a little bit like, I wanted a little more from that aspect, because it's not that many bodies getting caught. But here, again, the blood just makes each kill that much more vicious. Especially like when the dance scene happens and she kills old boy. You know, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not spoiling it, but it's like literally blood splatter like all over, and you're just like, it just adds something extra to that scene. And even with the kid who gets killed by M3GAN, they do a little something extra that made me like kind of tense up, like, oh. So I do think the gore adds a little pep and a step in this movie and brings it up a notch, just for the impact that little bit of detail makes on the film. You know, it matters. Another thing about the unrated version is there are a few F-bombs in here. Some that I didn't expect, but make sense to where they would be, and they add to the film. M3GAN drops an F-bomb in a certain place that really lets us know, like, oh, she is not fucking around. I forgot the lead actress's name, her character. She has an F-bomb too, and it makes sense that she says it here. But other than that, though, those are the real big changes. I think the runtime is still the same, and that's why I'm feeling like they must have shot each of these scenes with two different takes, one with the gore and one without, because it's seamlessly done. Nothing feels that different besides the visual addition of the blood. It made my grade go up. Again, it works even better with those little instances added to it, man. Just ups the stakes a lot. So if you've seen the original, do I think it's worth watching the unrated? Most definitely. If you like the theatrical cut, you would definitely like the unrated cut. Now, if you did like the theatrical, the unrated is not going to make you have a change of heart, because again, it's not that much different. It's no new story, no new characters. The kill count isn't any higher. It's the same movie with just a few extra curse words, and the kill scenes have more blood in it. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is a movie that I've seen 3 times now, which is kind of crazy, but I like it that much. You know, I saw it in theaters. I saw it when it first hit VOD. And here I am again watching it on Peacock, so you know that I really mess with it, you know. And I hope, last thing before we get out of here, for the second movie, the sequel to M3GAN, I think they already got a name for it, M3GAN 2.0, I believe. Just go with R-rated. Do the R rating, have the same blood, and up the kill count. We have to up the kill count. I give them a pass for this film because it's mostly built on building the characterization and relationship between M3GAN and everybody in the movie, like how she came about, where it went wrong, what she's capable of, what she can do, what she can't do. I understand what they did, but the second one, we gotta up the stakes and get a whole lot of killing going on, because this was like the tip of the iceberg, and I feel like it was written and designed that way for us to want more. So I know M3GAN 2.0 is going to be pretty crazy, and I like the third act even more this time. You know, I spoke about it in my other review, but I really like the real steel aspect of the third act. I thought that was pretty cool. Some really good stunts, nice sci-fi action. It just took me off guard. I didn't really expect that initially, and just watching it now, you see all of the homage to Terminator, real steel, and all of these sci-fi mech movies. Still my favorite movie of the year thus far. We'll see how it goes as the year goes around. So if you've seen the unrated version, let me know in the comments which one you prefer. Did you like the addition to the kills? Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace. RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy.